This video will demonstrate the standard ladies chain and how to do it well. We will also teach you good technique for adding twirls and variants such as the open chain and the North Country chain. While it is traditionally known as a ladies chain, it is also known as a second corner chain, a robin's chain, a right hand chain, chain by the right, chain across, or just chain. One way to start teaching a chain is to get first corners to stand still and second corners to pass each other and walk by the left shoulder round the first corner. So they're just walking a figure eight. We need to get across the idea that the second corners don't go straight ahead, they weave a figure eight. When they pass each other, they just touch fingertips and let go immediately. Second corners are going to touch right fingertips and then walk around the first corners. So you see they're passing and doing a left shoulder and they're walking a sinuous figure eight. Now, the first corners are actually supposed to join in and do what's called a courtesy turn. This involves putting the right arm round the back of the second corner and offering the left hand. And it looks like this. You'll notice the position we're in, the left hands are just linked, and the first corners place their right arm round the back, and the second corners can make like a teapot to give the first corners somewhere to put their hand. You should be hip to hip so that we're going round side by side. If the first corners do it badly, you end up like this, which is very bad, but a common initial fault. The next problem that happens is that first corners aren't awake. The caller says, chain. The second corners start moving immediately while the others stand still. Demonstrate, chain. Oh. When the call is made, the caller is talking to all four people. The second corners are going to cross the set. The first corners need to get their right hip in, get their right arm ready, and their left hand ready. The right arm is more important. Oh, let's do it better. Chain. And chain back. Another common problem is that first corners make the second corners walk too far, like this. And they take them out in a big loop away from the set, and of course they're late for the next move. The important thing is for first corners to step in and shorten the journey. So chain, and we step in, and the second corner has a much shorter journey, and we're ready for the next move. Really important is to finish the move on time so that everybody is facing the right way, in the right place, ready for the next move. Chain. And we're making it nice and smooth, chain back. One continuous flowing motion. Chain. And you can look at each other. And chain. And stop. That is how the chain was done for most of the 20th century. But in the second half of the 20th century, the Americans started adding lots of twirls. Chain. I believe that the common number of times that the second corners twirl is 2. But if you're a second corner and you don't really like the move and you've been led into it, then just do 1. And first corners, don't force them to turn more than they want to. If you're really, really good at twirling, you can twirl as many times as you like. I danced with one lady, I think she twirled 7 times in one chain. Technique. First of all, it's a negotiation as to whether you do it or not. As the person comes towards you, either of you can offer a hand high. And if the other person doesn't want to do it, they just keep their hand low and reject it. So we'll try it where Karen's going to come towards me offering a one, and I'm going to refuse her. Chain. By not raising my hand up, I said, I'm not doing that. I just put my arm around her and turned her. Watch again as Libby comes towards me with her hand high. And I don't want to do it, so I just put my hand behind her back. It can work both ways. In this example, Philip and I are both going to offer our hand high and get rejected because Karen and Libby are going to keep their hands low. So we'll just end up doing a courtesy turn. Off you go, chain. And chain back. We try again, and they still ignore us. And that's fine. If someone doesn't want to twirl, don't twirl them. But if either of you offers and the other person accepts, then you get a twirly chain. Chain. You can do as many as you like, as long as you finish on time with the music. Technique for ensuring that you do a good twirl. First of all, the second corners should keep their feet close together. This is called neutral position, and Karen will demonstrate how fast she can turn when she keeps her feet close together. The next important point is the position of the hands. As the second corners come towards us, we need to make sure that our hand is aimed at the top of their head, like this. So, not offset, it's on the top of their head, so they can turn under it. If the hand is offset, then they're turning at an angle, and it's not nice. Tension is your enemy. As soon as your hand gets above nose level, relax all your muscles. If Karen comes towards me with a stiff arm, she's forcing her hand away from her head, and you get this stirring motion where the lady is thrown off balance because she's trying to turn at an angle. So relax the arm, get the hand just above the head, and twirl. The first corners don't need to put a lot of strength in it. You're not turning the other person. They're turning, right? What you can do is provide a stable support for them and possibly a little stirring motion which just helps them turn. Chain. Chain on back. Chain. Stop. Roll away. If you want to do that spin, it's normally initiated by the second corner. I knew Karen wanted to do it, so I was helping a little bit there by getting the tension correct. This is called an open chain and was in fact the way all chains were done 200 years ago. The courtesy turn was only added at the beginning of the 20th century. So now we refer to this as an open chain to differentiate it. It's nice when you're doing it in waltz time to get nice and far apart with fingertip connection and a straight line between you and nice eye contact. The open chain can be done to different music for different genres with different handholds. That's one example. Here is another. Chain. Stop there. Another variant of the chain is the North Country chain. This is one where the first corners do not turn and the second corners go behind their back. It looks like this. Chain again. The North Country chain is normally only done in dances where it's part of the choreography. The way it works is that second corners touch right fingertips as usual. First corners raise their hand. Second corners turn backwards under the arch. Now it's really important at this stage they don't help with the hand change. They let the first corner pass the left hand into their right hand and then step to the side. Some people say it's the North Country chain because North Country people are lazy. So I'll do it badly this time. See, my feet are stationary and I'm making the second corner do all the work, right? In fact, it works much, much better if the first corner moves their feet in synchrony with the second corner. So try it again, and I move to the side, I move forward, I move to the side, I move back. And then you get a good North Country chain. You can do left-hand chains as well, where the first corners get to cross the set. Chain. First corners can, of course, do twirls or North Country versions, but we're not going to show you that today.